Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you incredible manifestors. My name is Cabrini Schnyder. I am the inner core coach. I help you get to the inner core of who you are by using Cabrini's law of fuck that. That's right. Fuck that stands for finally understanding common knowledge. Things happen all the time in life and in business, good and bad. So why not do what you want to do? Stop doing what you don't want to do because things are going to happen anyway. Welcome to day 11 of 27 days, 27 ways of how to and how I get to what we want in our lives. So today's topic is to live in fear. That's right. I know you guys are saying, wait a minute, hold up. Cabrini first told me to just say fuck that and take my life back. Now she's telling me to live in fear. Yes, I want you to live in fear. Let me ask you a question. What are you really afraid of anyway? What are you afraid of? Let's think about that. So if you say that you're afraid or that you're in fear, usually what I'm talking about is either in business and or life, right? And most times there are two topics that are really that sticks out and comes to mind with my clients and other people that speak about fear. We have the fear of success. We have the fear of public speaking, right? So let's think about that. I want to talk about those two in particular. If you think about public speaking, right? Are you really afraid of public speaking itself, or are you really afraid of what people will think of when you go on stage to speak? Or are you really afraid of if you can go on stage and speak? Will the words come out clearly? Will you stumble and forget every single thing that you thought you were supposed to say? Are people going to laugh? I mean, all these things that come up in your mind when you think about public speaking. So is it really the public speaking that you're afraid of, or is it really you're afraid of yourself? And you're afraid of, can I really do it? Right? Okay, so if you think about that, I'm going to only use that one as a topic because, there's so many areas of fear that people are trapped by. Fear of success, fear of relationships, fear of bankruptcy, fear, all these fears that come up. And, if you think about fear, it's really that we're afraid of not knowing the outcome of something, not knowing how is it going to really turn out, because at the basis of fear is you. That's it. So are you really afraid of fear, or are you really afraid of you? Well, Brittany's Law Fuck That is here to the rescue. You ain't got to be afraid of you no more. Because with Cabrini's Law Fuck That and fear, living in fear, because Cabrini's Law Fuck That teaches you how to live in fear by using Cabrini's Law, 5 principles, 3 core questions. I've gone through those, so if you guys want to go back and look at my videos on YouTube, Cabrini TV, plug, you can see 21 days, 21 ways where I talk about how to create the life you want by using Cabrini's Law. Fuck that. This one, we're doing 27 days, 27 ways of how to get through something. And then I share with you how I got through the very topic that we're talking about. So today we're talking about living in fear. And, I came up with this acronym for fear because I realized that every time I thought I was afraid of something, these things occurred. I had fun. It was always exciting. I was always on an adventure. Whatever business I was creating or whatever it is I was going through, it was always adventurous. And at the end of all of it, I must say it was rewarding. 100%. So let's think about that. Let me ask you, haven't you gone through something where you were very afraid of it? And if you actually stepped out and did it, at the end, weren't you talking about how it really actually was fun. I mean, it might not have been, fun, but if you think about it, if you're still doing it, clearly it was fun. Then it was exciting because you was doing something that you had not ever done before, and then you got through it and you did it. So it was exciting, and then clearly you were on an adventure, right? So you were on this adventure, and then it became rewarding because you did it. So if you were able to take fear by the balls, well, yeah, take fear by the balls. Hold on to it. Not too tight. Hold on to it and ride with it. Have it become your friend. Make fear end and let the fun begin, right? So if you just start having fun, I mean, just embrace it. It takes work, though. I am not saying that right now, you can, but just stop and just jump out there and not be fearful. Well, actually you can. Because if you turn around and just face it, in Beast of the Southern Wild, the little girl that was really afraid of the boars, and she was just so afraid. And Beast of the Southern Wild, if you guys get an opportunity to watch this amazing movie about New Orleans and Louisiana and the bayous. And so this little bitty girl taking care of her father in the bayous, she was her biggest fear was these huge boars. And so every time she would have a nightmare or whatever, I mean, she could take care of anybody in the swamp. But when it came to them boars, it freaked her out. It was her fear. So when she went on this journey to find her mother, she came back. She was on her way back, and here come the boars. Now she couldn't get away from them because she was in an open area, right? Coming from the ocean, she was in the waters, and she went on anyway, you gotta watch it. But anyway, so she's running, and the boars are behind her. She knew she could not outrun them. So she stopped. She turned around, and she faced the boars. Now, mind you, at this point, I'm crying. I am bawling. I had fallen out all over the floor. And she looked like me and reminded me of me. And she looked at the boar, this one particular boar, and he looked at her. And the cinematography was amazing. He snorted, and the smoke came from his nostrils, and he was, and she just looked at him. Do you know this thing bowed down to her? What? And at that point, she never had that nightmare ever again. Now, of course, there's always something else that's going to show up. But once you conquer that big fear, that thing that is just taking over you, you think, it really is you underneath it all. It's you. You have to trust that you are enough. Make the decision, trust it, stay focused on it. Only take inspired action. Don't just jump out there and face fear and you are not prepared. You must always stay prepared. Right? So have fun with this. Don't make it so exhausting. Have fun. Make it exciting. What's the worst that could happen? Well, don't answer that. Well, yeah, no, answer that. What's the worst that could happen? You could get through it. You will get through it. And then you're going to find out whether or not you like it. Go on that adventure. You'll be able to share it with people once you get through it, like I'm doing with you. Tomorrow you'll hear. I'm going to tell you 2 amazing, fearful stories that I turned around and I faced. Then, after you're going on the adventure, it's going to always be rewarding. I promise you. So, remember, there are 3 things, honey. Just stop, face it, and conquer it, and you will have the reward at the end of the day. Okay? So, my name is Cabrini, and I am the Inner Core Coach. When you are with me, it's not about me. It's about you because you're with me. If you would like to know how to live with fear when I'm not with you, you can purchase my book. I will leave the link. I just published my first book this year. Well, in 2016, it's a year now, this August. Happy anniversary to me. And this book is for you. It's for the entrepreneur, and it's for the other person that's stuck, that wants to know how to live in fear, how to say fuck that and take your life back. You know, how to use that four-letter word in a positive way. I love what I do. I love what I do for you. And I look forward to seeing you in person at one of my events. Leave me an email. Please share this with people, because if it's not for you, it might be for someone you know. Like it, and, have fun. And I'll see y'all later.